Hello and welcome to Success Story Saturday, May 19th, 2018. Steve Sipress here in my backyard on another spectacularly beautiful day here in sunny Arizona. In the back is Tony Severino, but right here with me is the one and only Mr. Jeff Dousharm, who I always joke that Jeff owns 14 million different businesses, because that's pretty darn close. And so he is the subject of today's Success Story Saturday. So now in the interest of time, because we are going to go have some dinner, maybe not share every single one of your businesses, because we'd be here until Topical Tuesday, but maybe tell them about, tell them anything you want to tell them.
Sure. So one of the main things I'm here for, and I've worked with Steve to get help with, is my company called Paradigm Impact Group. This is where I help other entrepreneurs to work through or solve their challenges with business growth and marketing. But most importantly, I do this through our platform called The Lever. And the object is to help them overcome these challenges without giving up all of their time. And so I've been working with Steve to find better ways to grow bigger, to scale, and to implement his marketing strategies in some of the things we do, because one of our core philosophies is the idea of, why would you come to me or anybody else for mentorship, coaching, consulting if I'm not continuing to invest and do the very same thing?
So now tell me, why did you get started? I mean, when you were a kid and someone asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Did you say, I want to start a company called Paradigm Impact, and I want to coach people on levers of scaling and helping their business? How'd you get started doing this?
So one of the things you'll learn about my story is that I originally started a business in martial arts. Actually, Tiger Rock Martial Arts is one of my companies. I have multiple locations of that. And I used to be pretty much a horrible micromanager. You know, I ran things by myself. It was the whole idea of that mantra, if it's going to be, it's up to me, only taken to the extreme. And what happened is that I also had some medical conditions and some things I was facing in my life. And it got to the point where running a business and micromanaging it wasn't really an option anymore. So I changed how I ran my business, and that allowed me to grow to a much great degree. And because
you have to repeat that because you kind of candy-coated that, but actually what happened, folks, is when he had some medical challenges that, by the way, if you don't know Jeff, get to know him, and he's very open about it. I'm not saying he just had medical challenges like you think they are. He had medical challenges like you would not believe, died on the table and all this kind of stuff. So quickly got a message from somebody sending a message, and he received it like, hey, the days of micromanaging and having to be there every minute and do everything himself are over. So he put the systems into place that he now helps others do as well. And your business only shrank a little bit when you did that, right?
Actually, it expanded quite a bit. So
it expanded. See, again, he's just going to blow over in his humble way. By him not, even with him, especially with him not being there, not doing everything, not day-to-day involved, not in the doing of the business anymore, it greatly, that's an understatement, expanded, opened up a whole new world.
Right.
And then you said, man, if I did that for myself,
I can do it for others.
I'm a selfish bastard. That's all I'm ever going to
do. Yeah. And so other people started seeing what I was doing, and the fact that I'd come back from the grave in some ways, and though I was expected to die, actually exploded in growth, went from 1 or 2 locations to actually more than 10 locations.
So the moral of the story is you teach all of your clients how to practically kill themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe
that's the key.
Yeah, maybe
if
to learn from my
If
mistakes.
you will just almost die, you will then grow your business.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
See, but he does the exact opposite. He teaches you that you do not have to get to your point, and I'm speaking right now to you, everybody watching this, either live or on the replay, you do not have to get to the point that you are very likely, if you're like most entrepreneurs, of being right on track to do. That you're overstressed, overworking, doing everything yourself because you think maybe you're right that you're the best at it, but somebody is close enough that you don't have to do everything yourself. But a cautionary tale here. Way before you ever get to the point where physically you cannot keep doing that, I want you to think of Jeff and connect with Jeff if you hadn't already, because Jeff will help you to not get to the point he got. See, the best way to learn is from experience, right? And the very best way to learn from experience is from someone else's experience. So today's Success Story Saturday is all about learn from Jeff's cautionary tale of overworking himself to near death before putting in the systems that actually not only recovered the business and kept it going and kept it above water. No, it exploded the business, which I wish on everybody there. So if you had one piece of advice for everyone who's in the place you were at, who's overworking, almost to the point of exhaustion, with a family, the wife, everyone says you're working too much, you have no time with the family, come on, what are you doing? But that person feels trapped, but I have to do this. But any advice to that person?
Sure. So when I teach, I focus on 3 buckets, and that's time, team, and tools. But the number one piece of advice I would give somebody is to simply start making everything revolve around prioritizing your time. Making your time the number one thing, not money. A lot of times we work towards the money. We can all make more money. That's easy. I can't make more time. So we've got to prioritize our time, and we do that and invest, whether it be in mentors, in coaching, working as a team, whatever it may be. When you prioritize your time and get that back, that's the real freedom. That's the success that you want for you and for your family.
Well, and that's why, and you know this, but I'll tell everyone, that's why I really appreciate you taking the time out of what is, I'm telling you people, he owns more businesses than most people have ever done business with in their life, to come down, be at my home, hang out for a couple of days, meet some of my other clients. I happen to know that, I can thank you, but you also made multiple 6-figure deals while you're here for a couple of days. But I really thank you because I know that how valuable time is. I also know what you left back home.
Right.
So your beautiful wife, Corey, and your unbelievably great kid, Henry, you left to be with me. That's
Exactly.
the ultimate compliment, and I thank you for that. And so I guess in closing, any closing words you have for anybody?
So if you'd like to reach out to me, of course, I'm glad to help people. But in closing, not just investing in your time, but invest in yourself. There's too many of us that live that old life, and it doesn't have to be that way. Look for ways to change, to think bigger, and to get the things you want and deserve in life. And we don't have to live inside anybody else's little tiny box and things like that. So continue to listen to good people like Steve. That's the reason I was here today. Steve's one of my mentors and one of my good friends. But if you invest in those right relationships, that's what opens the doors.
Yeah, that was being very kind again. Like, I assure you, I have nothing to do with Jeff's success. He's a massive, massive success without me, anything. And I tagged your name in the title of this. So if you're watching this on Facebook, at least, you can see his name right there in the title and go connect any chance. He's speaking all over the place. He's doing all kinds of things.
I'll be in Houston tomorrow.
There you go. Any chance you get to connect with Jeff Dousharm, make a beeline and do that. And if you're seeing this on LinkedIn or anyone else, there's his name. Awesome. Do whatever you have to do to connect with him. If you need, let me know. I'll connect with him. But one of the best people I know, one of the best people you can connect with, especially for a business person, because, and look how young he is. I mean, just getting started. This guy is a true entrepreneur. How many multi-million-dollar businesses do you run?
There's a couple. There's more than a few.
More than a couple and more than a few. Okay? How many people out there even run one? How many people could, with the schedule you're running on, could even run more than one business or even attempt to do more than one thing? Guy's got it really going. So pay attention to Jeff, connect with him, learn everything you can from him. That's my advice, and that's why he's the subject of today's Success Story Saturday. So with that, we're going to draw it to a close, taking some of my clients out to dinner. We're going to have some fun. Hope you are too. I'll be back tomorrow, as always, on Sunday just to check in and say hello, but I'll be back Monday with some more business advice on Direct Mail Monday, and I hope you will join me then. Thanks for being here today.
See ya.
Bye-bye.